preparing for a Java interview, many candidates find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer volume of questions available online. Without a structured approach, it's easy to get lost in endless lists from blogs and forums. This video introduces a comprehensive Java interview roadmap designed to guide you from beginner to senior developer topics. Instead of memorizing random questions, you'll learn how to focus your preparation and understand what interviewers truly expect. Whether you're just starting out or have years of experience, this roadmap will help you build confidence and clarity for your next interview. Let's explore how a strategic plan can make all the difference. Many candidates spend weeks collecting hundreds of Java interview questions from various sources, only to struggle when faced with deeper, real-world scenarios during interviews. The lack of a clear roadmap leads to wasted time and frustration. Instead of focusing on what matters, candidates often miss out on mastering the core concepts that interviewers are actually testing. This video aims to address these common pitfalls by providing a step-by-step guide to effective preparation. By understanding the typical mistakes, you can avoid them and set yourself up for success in your Java interviews. Truly excel in Java interviews, you need more than just a list of questions. You need a structured approach. This roadmap compiles essential topics and questions from real interviews across startups, product companies, and large enterprises. It's designed to take you from foundational concepts to advanced discussions, ensuring you're prepared for every stage of the interview process. With this plan, you'll know exactly what to study and why, making your preparation more efficient and effective. If you're a fresher with 0 to 2 years of experience, focus on mastering the basics. Start with object-oriented programming (OOP), core Java, collections, exception handling, Java 8 features, SQL basics, and common coding problems. These areas form the foundation of most entry-level interviews. By building a strong base, you'll be able to answer questions confidently and demonstrate your understanding of essential Java concepts. For developers with 3-6 years of experience, interviews will expect you to have a deeper understanding of Java frameworks and backend development. Focus on mastering Spring, Spring Boot, REST APIs, multithreading, JPA Hibernate, and microservices. These topics are crucial for mid-level roles and will help you stand out by demonstrating your ability to build scalable and maintainable systems. Senior developers with 7+ years of experience are expected to focus heavily on system design, architecture, scalability, distributed systems, Kafka, performance tuning, and scenario-based questions. These areas test your ability to design robust systems and solve complex problems. Interviewers will look for your experience in handling real-world challenges and your approach to optimizing and scaling applications. Most interviews begin with a discussion about your past projects. You'll need to clearly explain your project architecture, the challenges you've solved, and the best practices you follow. This section evaluates your communication skills, project ownership, and real-world experience. Being able to articulate your contributions and decisions is just as important as technical knowledge. Object-oriented programming (OOP) is the backbone of Java. Interviewers will test your understanding of encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. You should be able to explain the differences between abstraction and encapsulation, types of inheritance, and the importance of solid principles. Mastering these concepts will help you answer both basic and advanced questions with confidence. Core Java knowledge can make or break your interview. Be prepared to discuss the JVM, memory management, class loaders, garbage collection, and the differences between heap and stack. You'll also need to understand collections like HashMap, ConcurrentHashMap, and the differences between HashSet and TreeSet. Exception handling, including checked and unchecked exceptions, is another key area. Java's object class provides essential methods like equals, hashcode, clone, and toString. Interviewers often ask about their purpose and how to override them correctly. Understanding these methods is crucial for writing robust and maintainable Java code, especially when working with collections or custom objects. Multithreading is a common topic, especially for senior roles. You should understand the thread lifecycle, executor framework, thread pools, synchronization, deadlocks, and the volatile keyword. Be ready to answer questions like how to detect a deadlock, why thread pools are used, and how to analyze a thread dump. These concepts are vital for building high-performance Java applications. Modern Java interviews assume you know Java 8 features. Focus on Lambda expressions, functional interfaces, the stream API, method references, and the optional class. Understand the difference between map and flat map, intermediate versus terminal operations, and why variables inside lambdas are effectively final. These features are now standard in Java development. Spring is a must-know for enterprise Java interviews. Key topics include dependency injection, inversion of control, bean lifecycle, bean scopes, and Spring MVC. Be prepared to discuss the differences between bean factory and application context, singleton versus prototype beans, and how to handle circular dependencies. Mastering Spring will set you apart in backend interviews. Spring Boot is the backbone of modern Java backend development. Focus on auto-configuration, component scanning, profiles, AOP, security, and transactions. Know the differences between at component, at service, and at repository, as well as at controller versus at REST controller. Understanding JWT authentication and transaction management is also crucial. Microservices are a favorite topic for experienced developers. You should understand service discovery, API gateways, distributed tracing, and circuit breakers. Familiarize yourself with patterns like Saga, CQRS, choreography, and retry. Be ready to explain how services communicate, manage distributed transactions, and ensure security in a microservices architecture. Java memory management is a favorite interview topic. Be prepared to discuss heap and stack memory, metaspace, memory leaks, and out-of-memory error. Interviewers may ask how you identify memory leaks, which profiling tools you use, and what causes OOM errors. A solid understanding of memory management demonstrates your ability to write efficient and reliable Java applications. Every backend developer should master REST APIs. Key topics include HTTP methods, REST standards, idempotency, security, headers, and authentication. Be ready to explain the difference between PUT and POST, how to secure APIs, and what should be included in headers. These are essential skills for building modern web services. Design patterns separate developers from architects. Be familiar with patterns like singleton, factory, builder, adapter, proxy, decorator, and facade. You may also be asked to design systems such as a URL shortener, order management system, or large-scale notification system. Understanding these patterns will help you tackle complex design questions. Backend interviews almost always include database questions. Focus on SQL topics like joins, indexing, partitioning, aggregations, and subqueries. For Hibernate and JPA, understand entity mapping, relationships, composite keys, fetch types, and native queries. Common questions include finding the nth highest salary, removing duplicates, and designing tables. The coding round is where your preparation meets execution. Practice Java Stream problems like finding duplicate elements, grouping employees, frequency counting, sorting, and aggregations. Be ready for DSA questions such as missing number, valid parentheses, quick sort, common elements, and string manipulation. Consistent practice is key to success. Scenario-based questions are common in senior-level interviews. Examples include designing a system to handle millions of requests, optimizing slow processes, building custom data structures, or solving database bottlenecks. These questions test your problem-solving process and ability to think through real-world challenges, not just your final answer. Interviewers often ask about new Java features you've used. Focus on major updates from Java 8, 11, 17, and 21, as these are the most important LTS versions. Being able to discuss recent features shows that you stay current with technology trends and can leverage the latest improvements in your work. Kafka is becoming standard in event-driven architectures. Understand the roles of producers, consumers, partitions, offsets, and replication. Be prepared to answer questions about offset management, guaranteeing message delivery, and tracking consumer progress. Kafka knowledge is increasingly valuable in modern backend interviews. Cloud-native concepts like Docker and Kubernetes are now common in backend interviews. Know the basics of containers, pods, and virtual machines. Be ready to discuss how you use Docker for containerization and Kubernetes for orchestration. These tools are essential for deploying and managing scalable applications. Unit testing is a critical skill for Java developers. Be familiar with frameworks like Mockito and understand how to write effective unit tests. Interviewers may ask about your approach to testing, how you ensure code quality, and how you handle test coverage. Good testing practices are essential for reliable software. A practical preparation plan can make your journey smoother. Start with OOP, then move to core Java, collections, Java 8, SQL, Spring Boot, REST APIs, multithreading, JPA, Hibernate, microservices, Kafka, system design, and finally scenario-based questions. This sequence builds your knowledge naturally and helps avoid overwhelm. Success in Java interviews rarely comes from memorizing answers. Instead, focus on understanding concepts deeply enough to explain, apply, and discuss real-world trade-offs. Use the 400-plus questions as a roadmap, not a checklist. Study one topic at a time, build projects around it, and revisit concepts regularly for lasting understanding. Consistent, structured preparation leads to confidence in interviews. By following this roadmap, you'll walk into interviews ready to discuss any topic, from basic Java syntax to advanced system design. Remember, it's not about knowing every answer, but about demonstrating your problem-solving skills and depth of understanding. The tech landscape is always evolving, and so should your skills. Make it a habit to revisit topics, build new projects, and stay updated with the latest Java features and best practices. This mindset of continuous improvement will not only help you in interviews, but also in your long-term career growth. Approach each interview as a learning opportunity. Even if you don't know every answer, focus on your thought process and how you approach problems. Interviewers value candidates who can communicate clearly, think critically, and adapt to new challenges. With the right mindset, every interview becomes a step forward. Interviewers are increasingly interested in how you apply your knowledge to real-world scenarios. Be prepared to discuss specific examples from your experience, such as optimizing a slow process, designing a scalable system, or solving a tricky bug. These stories showcase your practical skills and make your answers memorable. Strong communication skills are essential for interview success. Practice explaining technical concepts in simple terms, discussing your project decisions, and articulating your problem-solving approach. Good communication can set you apart, even if your technical answers aren't perfect. Interviewers want to see that you take ownership of your work. Be ready to discuss your role in projects, the challenges you faced, and how you contributed to solutions. Demonstrating ownership shows that you're proactive, responsible, and invested in your work. Problem solving is at the heart of every technical interview. Practice breaking down complex problems, outlining your approach, and explaining your reasoning. Interviewers are interested in how you think, not just the final answer. Show your process and be open to feedback. Feedback is a valuable part of the interview process. Use it to identify areas for improvement and adjust your preparation. Whether you succeed or not, every interview provides insights that can help you grow. Stay positive and keep refining your skills. Interview preparation can be challenging, but staying motivated is key. Set achievable goals, track your progress, and celebrate small wins along the way. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to your goal of cracking top Java interviews. Treat the 400-plus questions as a roadmap, not a checklist. Focus on understanding each topic deeply, building projects, and applying your knowledge. This approach will help you retain information and perform better in interviews compared to rote memorization. Hands-on experience is invaluable. Build projects around the topics you study, such as a REST API, a microservices system, or a Spring Boot application. Projects help reinforce your learning and provide concrete examples to discuss in interviews. Don't just study a topic once and move on. Revisit concepts regularly to deepen your understanding and keep your knowledge fresh. This habit will help you recall information quickly during interviews and adapt to new challenges. It's normal to encounter questions you don't know. Focus on your approach to solving unfamiliar problems. Interviewers appreciate candidates who stay calm, think logically, and communicate their thought process, even when unsure. Take advantage of available resources like blogs, online courses, and coding platforms. Use them to supplement your learning and practice real interview questions. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with different question types. Participate in mock interviews to simulate the real experience. Mock interviews help you practice answering questions under pressure, receive feedback, and identify areas for improvement. They're a great way to build confidence before the actual interview. Networking can open doors to new opportunities. Connect with other developers, join online communities, and participate in coding events. Sharing experiences and learning from others can provide valuable insights and support during your interview journey. The Java ecosystem evolves rapidly. Stay updated with the latest trends, frameworks, and best practices by following blogs, attending webinars, and reading documentation. Being aware of new developments shows your commitment to continuous learning. Your Java interview journey is unique. Use this roadmap as a guide, but adapt it to your strengths and interests. With consistent effort, a structured plan, and a growth mindset, you'll be well prepared to crack top company interviews and advance your career. Good luck on your path to success.